Hello, welcome to BK Bullcat. I am happy you're here. I am going to paint more on this deer in spring. And I've been working on it for a while, but I'm going to continue. So I've got, I think I'm going to use the little fan brush. I think I like this little guy a lot. And this is a 10-0 fan brush. And I'm going to put in the green, and I'm also going to put in some white. So first, to start with, I'm going to put in a little bit of white. I have the green loaded and ready to go. The white's going to go in between where it needs to blend out a little bit. The tricky part is it's hot outside, and you'd think that has nothing to do with it, but it definitely does, because the heat outside actually comes in here too and heats up. So it doesn't stay wet as quickly as, or as long as it should or would normally do. So yeah, put a little bit more over here. Yeah, I'm really glad you joined me today, and I hope you're painting along. This is just different colors of green acrylic paint and also titanium white, and I have burnt umber, which is a brown. I'll put in the green on the branches. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we're just gonna suggest that there's a tree back here. We're not gonna have it be a perfect tree. You can see every pine needle on it. I'm not gonna do that. And I have the reference photo on my computer, and it just went to the save screen, so I'm gonna stand up and put it back to the picture. There we go. That's just suggestions of it. I'm just putting the computer back to, just moving the mouse. Sitting back down, okay. So I've got white still on this brush, and I'm just gonna start blending around the edges of that green. I'm just tapping it. It is acrylic paint, and I'm just tapping around it. I don't really want a powdery look, so I'm just trying to blend it in where it's gonna be more diffused in there. This particular technique works a lot better with, if it's oil, for me anyway. Got it kind of diffused, and now I'm gonna spray it with the spray bottle. And then I'm just tapping around the edges here. Not over the top, just the edges. All right. And I want to diffuse any harsh lines, which there's kind of some around the green. This little fan brush works for so many different things. I am a big fan of it. that green that I put on just now was sap green. But it could be hooker's green, it could be sap green, it could be a darker green that you have. And I have a brighter green, which I'm going to add to it in places because I don't want to overtake the whole painting, but in a few places it should be fine. The brighter green is the color is actually called Deep Green, and it's put out by Creative Inspirations. It's a type of paint, but it's not something I highly recommend. So you can see it's kind of more of a phthalo green. It's got a little bit of blue in it, looks like. I'm going to blend that edge a little bit. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more, but not too much. And just to make it more diffused, you can kind of see this brush has a little bit of water on it, but I'm just moving the paint around where it's not gonna take, one's not gonna take over the other. I'm kind of working between the two of them and just blending that edge. And it's a 1-inch brush. I'm gonna grab another one that's dry because that might serve me better. There we go. Because I don't want the water building up a little pool, which is what it's trying to do on here. It's trying to build up a water puddle as I'm painting. I don't need that, so yeah, just gonna move it around with this dry 1-inch brush. And typically you're not supposed to use a dry brush. Who cares? I'm gonna use a dry brush. It's working well. And you can kind of see it's just totally diffusing those lines. I'm gonna need a little bit more white to make it look like there's light coming through the plants. But I'll keep working towards that. And I'm so glad you joined me today. and I hope you can join me on the next video. I'm going to continue until I get it to where I can start putting in the deer. There's going to be a deer in the background. And until then, I'm going to get the background pretty much the way I want it before I do that. So the deer will have to wait because, and I don't need to make sure everything's 100%. The deer's going to be about, I don't know, maybe a little bit more this way. I'm not sure. It might be more this way, but it's not going to be dead center. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got this blended. Yes, I'm glad you joined me today, and please subscribe to my channel. It's DK Boljat, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully. I mean, I'll be speaking to you. I won't see you, but I'll know you're there. So yeah, thank you for watching, and like I said, please subscribe to the channel, DK Boljat, and God bless you.